Oh, good morning, good evening, good night, everybody, wherever you are in the world. Welcome once again to another session of Living World of Darkness. This scene takes place in the Mage venue. We're opening it up fairly casually, about like any other scene in which Tomi is getting in contact with her boo. She punches his number into her cell phone, sort of just sitting on her bed in her underwear, looking up movie times on her laptop. Doot, 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 doot. Ring, ring.
It goes ahead and rings a few times, and after a few rings, Tomi will hear Jericho's voice coming clear and through the cell phone. He simply says, "Hi, babe."
Tomi, she makes the motion as if she was about to immediately hang up the cell phone, because that's how most of calling Jericho is gone. And she sits there in silence for a minute after actually hearing his voice. Hey, I wasn't expect. Are you okay?
"Oh yeah, sure. How you doing today?"
I'm okay. I'm okay. I wanted to see if you wanted to go catch the new Star Wars movie.
"Oh yeah, sure. Right now I'm at work actually. Have you ever been onto the other side of the Queens?"
Once or twice.
Okay, let me go ahead and give you this address. I think I'll be servicing cases for a few more hours, but you're more than welcome to come along and see.
Yeah, totally. I've never actually seen you at work. Are you sure you're okay? You, like, never answer your phone.
Well, you can't say that I never answer my phones.
Well, aside from this time, in my experience, you know what I mean, dork.
Just get your ass over here, and Durgo's gonna go ahead and relay an address.
Alright, be over in a minute. Click. Tomi's going to, well, of course, take a quick shower, put on some clothes, hop on her bike, and she'll be there probably about. How long does it take to go through Queens? Maybe 45 minutes in total?
hmm You go ahead and find yourself mostly in front of a strip mall type establishment. The banner there that leads you, well, towards the address just simply says the Queen's free healthcare.
Look around. Think this is the place. She will park her bike probably just on like in an alleyway nearby, chain it up to something, and head inside.
Hmm? When you head inside, you find yourself in a little bit of a waiting room. There are a few people here. Most who seem to just be wanting to get their flu shots, as far as you're concerned. But there seems to be one woman that seems to have a pretty big belly. You can definitely tell that she is well into her pregnancy, and she seems actually worried. She seems to be furrowing her bow, rubbing her belly just a little bit, and you can tell that no, she's not wearing the best clothes at the moment. You can swear that you can sense the just the poverty associated here. Maybe not total and abject poverty, but definitely simply a woman more in need than others. And towards the front, there is a receptionist that seems to be all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
She walks in. Tomi actually is hit with like a bit of uncomfortableness. She doesn't know whether this place is familiar or way too different for her. Because it reminds her of the really poor situation she was in growing up, but ever since she came into a good bit of wealth, it sort of startles her that she's seeing all of this again. Just to take a minute to sort of compose herself before walking over to the receptionist and, hi, I'm looking for somebody. Who do you have working right now?
Receptionist goes ahead and looks down at her little bit of a tablet and simply says, "Do you have an appointment with Mr. Jackson, Mr. Stewart, or do you have an appointment with Mr. Ogma?"
Tommy actually looks surprised again to hear Jericho using his real name. Mr. Ogma.
No, right. Excuse me. Is it Mr. We don't usually ask. Right. If you could go ahead and sit right there, sort of gesturing towards a bit of a plastic seat.
Yeah. Tommy will go over to the seat, sit down, and sort of look around.
In front of you, there is a magazine stack. Magazine stack with well, children's magazines that are mostly filled with coloring books, home and entertainment magazines, sports magazines, fashion magazines, just anything and everything that you want to go ahead and spill your time with.
She'll sort of half-heartedly flip through the magazines, occasionally glancing back over at the woman that looks really, really worried.
Eventually, the name Maria will be called by the receptionist as the doctor will be seeing you now. He goes ahead and she actually has a bit of trouble standing up. She grasps both hands on both handholds on the seat. Goes ahead and pushes up, and you can see that she's like really, really, almost disastrously weighing in your direction.
Here, let me give you a hand. Tommy will stand up and offer to support this woman while she walks.
You go ahead and do so. They walk mostly behind the receptionist desk, and behind the receptionist desk there happens to be one door, and the door is opened by a fairly familiar face, actually. One Dr. Jericho. Dr. Jericho Ogma looks at both of you.
Tommy, again, very, very surprised to see the entirety of Jericho. Hey.
Hi, looking at Miss Maria. All right, looking back at the Tomy, if you could give me like 30 minutes, and then I can go ahead and like run you through everything.
Yeah, of course. Tommy will help this woman sit down comfortably. And can I get you water or anything? Are you okay?
She goes ahead and she says yes to water.
Tommy will run out, bring her some water in like one of those little plastic cups, and hand it to her.
You go ahead and do so. You're now currently in well, what do I want to call this? Not an examination room. Well, actually, screw it. A doctor's examination room. There's a little bit of stool here, a little bit of a island there that she's currently sitting on plastic, no, paper sheeting, excuse me. All around there is different cabinets with different medical equipment, and you see Jericho in actually very, very plain pale blue scrubs going over this woman, making sure that well, she looks fine, at least all on the outside from a cursory glance.
After giving her the water, she'll sort of look at Jericho. Should I wait outside or just in here? Or?
Yeah, go wait outside, please. I promise it won't take long.
Okay. Tommy will go grab a little chair and sort of just wait outside that door.
It takes a few minutes. What is Tommy doing?
Um, Honestly, probably just looking at her phone.
You notice that there is a car magazine right there.
Oh, why not? She'll flip through it.
Go ahead and flip through it. several different articles go ahead and catch your attention about new injectors, new tires, aftermarket effects, lights that go ahead and sling low in the carriage that go ahead and provide that very, very awesome pale blue light as you go ahead and skirt across the entire highway. And you're about 10 or so odd minutes before the young lady, well, I shouldn't say young lady, well, maybe young lady, it doesn't really matter. The impoverished woman with the swollen belly walks out of the back room being supported by Jericho. Again, walks back to the receptionist desk, and Jericho and her make arrangements for a follow-up appointment about 2 or 3 weeks out. And you hear Jericho go ahead and say, "No, no, no, no. I promise that it's all gonna be all right. There was a little complication, but thank God you came in when you did, because it's gonna be fine. I swear it. Okay." The woman seems pretty damn elated. She seems to trust Jericho as a physician, if anything else.
Tommy will go ahead and follow them out, wait for the woman to leave. So, she gonna be okay?
I can guarantee that she will be.
That's good.
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, did we plan anything, or are we just doing this on the fly, he says to Tommy.
Oh, well, I invited you to go to a movie later, but that's not till, this evening.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you know what I really want to do right now?
Hmm?
How do you feel about taking a trip off to Long Island?
I always like taking trips with you. Sure. What kind of place are you thinking?
Um, it's a little bit of a ranch outside the city limits. Used to not own property, but used to know people that own property out there.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Goes ahead and shakes his head for a little bit. Sorry, you want to follow me back to my office? Because I got a few more reports I got to go ahead and send off.
She looks at him. Yeah, sure. You sure you're alright?
Mm, I'm wonderful. Well, why would you think otherwise? He says as he's going to go ahead and start walking out back.
Normally you're cryptic and insufferable.
Am I not now?
Just insufferable this time. Squeeze his shoulder.
Go ahead and squeeze his shoulder, and Jericho's going to go ahead and snake arm around your waist and squeeze right back. Go ahead and make it to the back room. Jericho's sitting at this desk in front of his laptop, his work laptop. You're going to go ahead and assume. You see he's typing up several different reports for several other patients, one of which happens to be, well, presumably the pregnant woman you went ahead and saw before, but there are like dozens and dozens of different patient files he's currently working at all at the same time.
Well, this place is pretty busy.
It is busy when I go ahead and work here. Right. He says without missing a fucking beat, continuing to type, 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 type. It's as if he's running two different logical streams inside his head. Well, being a mage, you know that this type of feat is not uncommon amongst the magi to split their attention between two different tasks at the same moment. But he goes ahead and stops for a second, looks to you, and says, "Do you remember the Denver case?"
Denver. Was that the Mercy House?
Yep, he was connected to Mercy House.
Yeah, I just I tossed out a ping on the Hollow Railroad about it. Haven't gotten anything out yet. Or anything back.
Because I didn't stop for a second. There's a Hollow Railroad.
Yeah, it's like goth kid social networking. She shrugs.
Fair enough. You hear the typing on the computer as he's dividing his attention, but more towards you than anybody else. So I found him, actually. I went ahead and found Denver at his safe house, right?
Oh shit. Yeah, what about it? What happened? I mean,
We didn't kill each other, which was fantastic. I went ahead and convinced him to go back to his new master in the Temple of the Wheel. But I gotta say that he was not in good straits. In fact, I have no idea why he didn't just go ahead and just like slash my throat right then and there. I could tell he was fairly fantastic with a blade.
new master in the wheel? What? I did. Which part of the wheel? Because it's sounding like you convinced him to kill himself.
Stop for a second. No, I
Hey,
didn't.
I mean, half made stereotype. I'm assuming that's not what you did, but that's what it sounds like.
No, I convinced him to just go back to the tradition. I convinced the rogue Uthanador. I convinced the rogue
Oh,
assassin
that
Death
guy.
Mage to go back to his
Okay,
chantry. Okay.
okay, cool. That makes way more sense. Okay, awesome. So, was he actually like corrupted or whatever?
The typing goes ahead and continues. He looks at you and simply says, "He wasn't in a good place when I found him, but I refuse to give up on him." Oh, believe
That's
me,
good.
but believe me, he could have done it. He really could have done it if I wasn't more careful.
I'm glad he didn't. What about Don's kid?
I found him. He was in Ithaca at the time, being taken care of by the doctors up there, the pediatricians. I have my connections. He says the air is filled with the typing on Jericho's keyboard. I have my own connections. I made sure that he was transferred into some people that I trust. He's being well taken care of. His name is Grant.
Grant. That's good.
What were you worried about?
Well, considering you just told me you very well could have died. But I don't know. There was that ghost lady, and she was really upset about her kid. It made me hope the kid was okay. I mean, like, little baby doesn't deserve to not have a chance to have a good life, right?
Jericho goes ahead and smiles. Yeah, that's true. That's a good place to start from.
Yeah.
He goes ahead and cracks his knuckles. Insulin, insulin. That's the word I always freaking forget. 12 people need insulin. I have enough for 8. You notice that the root talisman is on Jericho's desk at the moment. Goes ahead and grabs for a little bit. Starts to rub it. Who gets it? Who gets it? Who gets it? Who gets it? After a few minutes, Jericho apparently has his answer. Goes ahead and places the root talisman on the desk again. Types again.
How do you pick?
How do I pick who gets medication?
Yeah.
Negro stops for a second, goes ahead and lays back into his seat. There is a grand weave out there. It's fairly fucking cosmic. If you can go ahead and see into grand weave of fate, you can see where the most good will be done by very, very small actions. And that's what I've always tried to do the best good with the least amount of effort.
Oh. That makes sense.
And sometimes it's really, really easy. Sometimes you can just see a person and know that they're gonna do no good, that they are gonna do no good. Sometimes you see people where their lifespans are going to be cut very, very short, very, very soon. And you make a decision right then and there. And sometimes you see that without the help and the medication, that there will be a long, long period of just suffering that won't do anybody any good. And you have to make a decision then.
Doesn't sound like an easy one.
Goes ahead and shakes his head. No, never easy. Has to be done though.
Yeah, guess you're right.
Okay, imagine this. Imagine that you were in a facility. You were in a facility that had all the requisite equipment, personnel, and the resources to go ahead and take care of everybody, right?
Mm-hmm.
The logical conclusion from that is you go ahead and serve everybody equally and let them go on with the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Problem is that this world is not necessarily a facility that is completely and utterly stocked. This world is more like this place. He goes ahead and gestures. A place with limited resources, limited personnel, and an unending stream of people that desperately need help.
So it has to pick and choose who it'll be better off serving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's still got his like arms reached out.
Tommy's gonna come give him a hug.
You do so. Sort of scratches his head. Some days are much easier than others. He sort of grabs you a little bit tighter. Some days are worse than others. Tighter, tighter. And some days I wish that the decision was not mine to make.
Well, it's not all yours. I mean, aren't you part of an entire tradition of people who make that decision? You don't have to do it all yourself.
That's true, and it's not so true. It's like an answer of yes, but no. In the earlier days, when I was just a young pup, I didn't have to make these decisions I just had to follow orders and heal or bring to an end the people they told me to. I could live like that for a very, very long time until I realized that I wanted to be the one making the decisions of the grand weave of fate, making decisions like I make now about who gets fucking insulin. It's only now that I realize how much I should have pitied instead of envied those people.
Yeah. I guess when you don't have any power or anything, you're like, you want it, and then when it comes, you get stuck with all the responsibility.
Mm-hmm. Jericho's going to go ahead and sort of draw you into his seat, into his lap. Curl his arms around your arms and still facing the computer. And there's like tons and tons and tons of different rows of different patients, different comments, different prescriptions that still need to be looked at. Jericho for himself is like still staring at the screen.
Tommy will she will snuggle up close, sort of rest her head against his shoulder. But if it weren't you making those decisions, who would it be?
That is a good question. If not me, who? The worst case scenario would be that nobody would make those decisions and no work would be done. Hell, I would not give two shits if those tentacrated-minded bastards went ahead and walked in here and started taking out the operation, as long as they did a fucking good job about it.
Well, if they came in here, not a lot would change, would it? Since they're just normal people. They don't try to kill normal people, do they?
No, they don't. Why would they? That doesn't serve their agenda at
So,
all. But they would definitely have a different perspective. They wouldn't see things like I do. They wouldn't see people here. They would see numbers.
yeah. I don't think it would be better that way. If they were just numbers, then they'd do what you said earlier and treat everyone equally, right? So then a lot of the people that had the potential to do more good might not get the medicine.
And those people who did more evil would also get the same amount of medicine, but isn't that fair to everybody?
I don't think it is. I mean, like on paper, everybody gets the same medicine is totally fair, but that's assuming that they all leave this place and go do the exact same thing. Right?
Mm-hmm. A man who walks out of here with insulin prescription, who simply goes ahead and throws his life away by murder and getting sent to fucking Rikers, or a woman who takes the same insulin medication and goes ahead and fosters a few lost souls in a church outreach program. Are they the same?
No. I mean, like I said, on paper, they're both people, they're both numbers, but in reality, it's more complicated than that.
Reality. Always more complicated. You're starting to notice that one of the arms he has gripped around you still has those very painful, very, very obvious black veins across it.
Shit. Are you alright? Do you I might have some like foundation in my bag.
Nobody has complained yet. Hell, not even me.
I'd be worried if my doctor had a rotting hand.
Goes ahead and holds the hand up in front of you. You can see every single vein in Jericho's right hand, completely and utterly black and necrotic, but still flexing.
Tommy will just take the hand. She'll kiss it. At least it looks worse than it is, right?
Yep. Should clear up in a matter of days, maybe. Tell me, you really want to go ahead and see a movie? I want to do something else tonight.
I'm down for anything, really.
Cool. I got a little place outside. I shouldn't say have a place. There's a little place outside the city that I need to go ahead and visit. There's just little things I owe some people. If you're willing to come along.
It sounds a lot more exciting than a movie, anyway. But you know Maggie is going to brag about seeing Star Wars before I did.
Maggie can go ahead and brag about Maggie wants.
Yeah. So what kind of place is it?
It's a place I used to frequent quite a lot, actually. It used to be a place of power, actually. A real nice place of power. But, well, things sort of fell apart. People stopped paying attention to it. Well, mostly because it was just a big headache for everybody else involved. There goes popping out of the seat, starting to gather his shit together. Looks back to Tommy. You didn't bring a ride, did you?
Oh yeah, I have my bike. There should be another helmet in like the back of it.
Awesome. 2 thumbs up. Let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, cool. You don't have anything else to do here?
One hand goes ahead and gets thrown across the keyboard. There is a few keystrokes, an enter, boonk, and the computer's going to go ahead and shut down.
I'll take that as a no. She will jingle her keys in front of him. Alright, let's go.
Hmm? You go ahead and exit out the front way. You notice that Jericho's talking to the receptionist for just a tiny little bit about the next shift that comes up, the next few patients that still need to be attended to. And you notice that he goes ahead and taps quite heavily on a clipboard. These are the people that we can go ahead and service today. These are the people that we can go ahead and service tomorrow. This is the prescription that we can go ahead and bother from the local hospital. And I find a little tap. Fuck. These are the volunteer services that are going to go ahead and give us funding for the next few months. Goes ahead and points to her. Don't forget, okay? Sort of nods her head. Yeah, like, sure, awesome. Jericho's going to go ahead and follow you out. Describe the bike.
This bike is sort of, it's very small. It's kind of like a crotch rocket with red and white paint. And it has a very, very high seat back and very, very high exhaust pipes. When Tommy starts it up, it is far louder than is necessary. She'll reach into the trunk and grab a second helmet and offer it to Jericho.
Jericho's going to go ahead and slap it on the scrum down.
Tommy will sit up front. Basically, the way the seat's set out is that it's like She can sit in front, and then Jericho will be in the back, like with his back on that enormous seat back that's probably higher. It makes the bike significantly taller,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a flag on it. So. Yeah, she will hop on, sort of pat the obnoxious seat behind her.
Jericho's gonna go ahead and hop onto the back. Go ahead and lean forward. If excuse me, Tomi's already in the seat, go ahead and whisper to her. Okay, you want to go ahead and take the third interstate out. You walk. You're gonna go about like 60 miles out, and I'll go ahead and pat you on the shoulder when we get close.
All right, sweet. Starts up the bike. She revs it a few times. It's extremely, extremely loud. And she will take off and go in the direction pointed in her typical reckless driving style. The kind that occasionally gets people to stop, honk, and yell things out of their car.
You go ahead and you drive onwards, away from the city, away from the metropolitan area, away from even the suburb area, towards more of the rural areas. The road gives way. There are no streets give way to road. The road gives way to gravel. The tires of your bike go ahead and start to throw small pebbles and rocks behind you as you're being led far, far outside city limits into Nassau County and far, far away from the more civilized areas of New York City until you're coming across what seems just to be a very, very simple ranch. Well, I say a very, very simple ranch. Well, it's more complicated than that. Everything's more complicated when you get closer. Far out, it seems like a very, very simple ranch. The closer you get, the more damage you actually see, the more devastation you actually see. You see that in front there used to be a farmhouse. Now there is only a front facade. You see what used to be a barn. Now you only see cinders. In fact, something something inside you while you're driving goes ahead and changes your perception just a tiny little bit. Throws your perception far, far into the past to when these structures were whole, completely and utterly whole. You see far out back the big yard that used to hold quite a lot of ceremony amongst it, the barn that used to hold quite a bit of power to it, the farmhouse that used to hold quite a bit of life to it. But quite instantly and suddenly, all those flashes are gone, and you're left with simply what is in front of you.
She'll slow down as she approaches it, then eventually stop and just stand there on her bike. Oh. So this used to be a place of power?
Jericho goes ahead and nods as he goes ahead and hops off. He's actually going to walk towards the front facade. You notice that the place has been charred. Fire has ravaged this place. There is only a few remnants. In fact, you're quite surprised that even the porch and the front door is intact as Jericho goes ahead and walks towards it, not really paying you much attention, just taking every step that cracks, every step that sways, that white paint having been chipped off for far too long a time ago. He seems to just stand on the porch, looking at the remains of the swing set that is currently on the fucking ground, the chains scattered around it. He looks at it, but he has no emotion on his face.
Tommy will hop off of her bike and go to join him. She'll look around, occasionally look back to him. What happened to it?
There's a fairly incoherent smile, probably drunk smile on his face. This used to be the House of the Green Glades. This used to be headed by a Urbana known as Alex Winterbourne. This used to be a place of power. He used to hold several apprentices, several journeymen, and used to hold quite a bit of memory to me.
What kind of memories?
Good one is that, actually. This is a place that I would run to when things got really, really hectic or really, really too much. I used to know people here. I used to love people here. He's smiling, gritting his fucking teeth. His eyes are closed. The tears are free flowing. He doesn't want to acknowledge them.
Jericho, what's wrong? I'm gonna put an arm around him again.
He's gonna go ahead and hug you. Go ahead and bring his face close to your ear, and he simply say, "I'm going to die soon."
What? That's not funny.
No, it's not funny. It's really not. I don't know how to say this. I really don't. I thought about a million fucking ways to tell you this. I can't.
What do you mean? Like, fuck. Can we stop it?
You don't want to stop this. It's gonna be wonderful. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. It's gonna be wonderful. Everybody's gonna be absolutely on their fucking tippy toes, singing. Like, this is the wonderful fucking thing to do.
Jericho, that's not fucking funny. You just said you're gonna die.
This is gonna be the most wonderful fucking thing in the world.
Why? That doesn't sound wonderful to me.
Why not? Shit. I'm sorry, I thought I could handle this. I can't.
No, How do you know what's going on?
You know how you can sometimes see into the past and know things?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can sometimes see in the future, but it's not an exact science like you. I don't know details. I wish I did know details. I just know my senses and feelings. And I know that soon I will not be walking this same city like you do.
What?
He goes in. Jericho goes in and stands up straight again. I'm sorry.
Tommy will hug him.
Say again?
Tommy will hug him. I don't want you to go.
I wish I could take you with me. I really do. He's gonna go ahead and just plant his ass on the swing set that is currently sitting on the ground of the porch. So it's not like he sits in a chair. It's like he just goes ahead and falls to the floor with the swing set backing as his back.
Tommy will sit down next to him. Where are you even going?
I'm going to a wonderful place. I'm going to where everything is awesome forever and where I can look down and see you and make changes.
Telling me you're going to fucking heaven?
I named my fucking chantry Heaven's Garden. Where do you think I'm going?
It means you'll be gone.
No, I won't be gone. I'll be somewhere else. But you know, he looks at you straight in the face. You know, I would never ignore you.
Does this mean I'll never get to see you again?
I don't know. If I had my choice, I would see you every single day. I'd see you before you wake up. I'd be in your dreams. I would see you as you were walking down the street. I would be that random passerby that got the chance to see you for the very first fucking time. Because I guarantee you the best moment of my life was seeing you for the very first time. And every other moment besides that. When I saw you first, when I knew you, when I talked to you, when we went into the back room, when I could go ahead and expose myself, when I didn't have to pretend to be anybody, when you didn't pretend to be anybody else, when we could just be fucking honest with each other. Those are the best moments. The best fucking moments.
Mine too. I don't want it to be over. I don't know. Fuck. I thought we were gonna, like, I don't know, find some place in the middle of nowhere and raise fucking mage babies or something. Have you just up and, like, disappear or die or whatever the fuck is happening?
Face goes to the, hand goes to the face. Not. Just then looks at you. Face like 3 or 4 inches away from yours. I'm not dying. I'm
First
graduating.
thing you said was that you're dying. That's the first thing you said to me was that you're gonna die. What's actually happening?
I'm sorry. I don't mean it. I don't really mean it. It's just I don't know any other. I didn't know what to say. I just had to say it. I'm not like dying. I'm graduating. I'm doing what every one of those fuckers out there want to do, desperately want to do, in their hearts of hearts to do. It's like the fulfillment of a lifetime of fucking effort. I'm gonna join the Weave of Fate. I'm gonna be part of the story. I'm not gonna just be Jericho fucking Ogma. I'm gonna be Jericho fucking Ogma. Part of the Weave of Fate.
I guess I should be happy for you. I mean, that's amazing. It's just not easy to be. I mean, I don't know a lot of shit. I I don't know what this means much beyond I won't get to see you again.
Goes ahead and lunges
And
at
that's
you.
like my worst fucking fear.
Did you say worst fucking fear?
Mm-hmm.
Lips, go ahead and meet yours. That insufferable distance of a few inches goes ahead and gets closed. As soon as you say those few words, you're now wrapped in the embrace of Jericho's lips on your own.
Tommy will hold him really tight, kiss him back. Still, tears very clearly just falling. I have no idea what to make of this.
You know, for a girl with no soul, you have a really big fucking heart.
Going to kiss him again. This time, hold it for as long as she can before he starts pulling back.
Oh, that'll be a few minutes actually.
Sorry. It probably sounds selfish as fuck. I was talking all that good shit earlier about what would do the most good, but I also, I don't know.
You have the right. You have all the right. You have all the right to demand of the universe what you want. You're awakened. You see things. Not only do you see things, you can do fucking things. So you have all the right. You have all the right to go ahead and scream at this and say, no, I don't accept it. I don't know if it'll change anything, but you have every single right to scream, I don't accept this.
I mean, how could I do that if that's like all of your life's work, if that's what you've wanted since I wouldn't want to take that from you. I wanted to bring you back eventually.
You beautiful fucking woman. Bring me back for what?
I don't know, back to me. Back where I can see you again. And talk to you.
Tell me, Tomoko. I promise you, no matter where I go, there is a string that connects me to you. And I guarantee you, wherever I go, nor whatever space I occupy, no matter when I am, no matter what the rules of reality are where I am, there will be a string that connects me to you.
I don't know if the string's enough. I can't talk to you through a string. I mean, I get you're just talking metaphysical shit. I've heard the story before, but it doesn't mean I'll miss you any less.
Do you believe? Do you believe that we have seen each other and we have met each other before? In a past life, in a past experience, in a reality that doesn't quite match our own?
I don't know anything about that. I hope so. I can't imagine one without you in it.
You, tell me, Hollow One, girl without a soul. Girl without a soul with a big, big fucking heart. I guarantee you, there are wonderful worlds out there. With me and without me in them. And I guarantee you that you will see a whole manner of wonderful and terrible things within them. This I guarantee you. Cherish those times when you remember me and suffer through those you can't quite fucking bear without me. Hand goes to yours, goes ahead and squeeze right fucking tightly.
How long do we have?
Days, hours, minutes. It's a moment like this. I saw a moment like this.
Yeah, fuck that Star Wars shit.
Tell me.
Yeah.
I don't really want to wear a mask anymore. I don't want to wear a mask anymore.
You don't have to. That's why I thought something was wrong. You just stopped. I mean, I guess that's the opposite of something being wrong, but I was going to hold him really tightly. Or stroke his hair.
I thought I would take you here, and I tried to explain things about who I was, and now I'm fucking crying like a fucking baby. I wanted to take you here. I tried to tell you about a life I once lived. And I can't, I don't know if I can do it now.
I mean, as much as I want to know, like, everything about you, if it's our, like, last little bit of time together, then fuck. I don't know what to do. I don't know.
Come with me. I got one thing. This vessel, he goes ahead and stops a little bit. Goes ahead and scrunches his eyes a little bit when he says fucking vessel. When he says this fucking vessel, he completely stops for a second. This is not a vessel. This is Jericho fucking Hussein Agma. Lived a life. Who was awakened. Who did love. Who did live. Who did dare to live. This is Jericho Hussein Agma. Let me show you what I did here. Goes ahead and stands up, grabs your fucking hand, starts to lead you away.
Okay. She'll get up and follow him.
Hand inside yours, he goes ahead and leads you to the back of the remains, the back of the destroyed remains of that used to be the House of the Green Glades chantry. In front of you is a pattern that has been scorched onto the earth, onto the yard. This is a pattern that you may not recognize, but is a pattern all the same. It is burnt and enigmatic runes, occult and eclectic secret knowledge has been implanted here. It has been overgrown, yes, by weeds and such, but if a wise and keen eye, you can go ahead and see those secrets there. In the middle of this grand design, because it is a grand design, it is a circle actually. In the middle is a horse. No, not a horse. A unicorn, actually. You can tell from far away that that is the horn that goes with the unicorn, but it is not white. No, it is actually quite drenched in very, very dark colors, quite black. And as Jericho goes ahead and leads you towards this circle, he goes ahead and gestures and says, "This is where I went ahead and performed my greatest summoning."
What did you summon?
I summoned a spirit of civility, honor, and protection to guard this place when it could not be guarded. He goes ahead and points towards the ruin of the barn, because that used to be a great place of power that stretched into time and into space. Because I did not want evil powers to take this place. I did not care who took care of this place. I did not care who took ownership of this place, so long as So long as bastards didn't take it away. And I knew the fuckers that lived here. I knew them, ass. Tom Dooley. Kindest guy you'll never fucking know. Wanted to be a lawyer. Was almost gonna do it. Had his bar exam, like, right in front of him. I don't know if he passed or not. Alex Winterburn. Verbena. Old as fuck. I heard he did some time traveling. Don't see him that very often, but I think he's still off into the fucking ether. Hunter fucking O'Hare. I know he's not the best. I know he has a loose tongue. I hate what he did for Christmas. But he did right by this fucking place, at least. That fucking dogwood pack. A pack of werewolves that decided they wanted to stay. And I was quite fucking surprised when two species went ahead and coexisted and decided to create a fucking garden. That's what I was sold by. I was sold this place would be a fucking garden. I wanted to grow a garden. Knees gives out. His knees are currently on the grass. I wanted to grow a garden.
I mean, it's not too late.
It's too late. Goes ahead and points
Why?
again to the ruins of the barn. That note is gone. Forever.
What happened to it?
It was used up. I could call forth the spirit that used to guard here. Looks over to Tomi. But I'm not sure you're ready for that. Are you?
I mean, how bad could I fuck it up? All I could do is see them.
Looks at you. Stands up again. Do you really want to call him up? Because we can do this. We can call him up. We can ask what happened.
Do you want to know what happened?
Yes.
Then let's do it.
OOC, have you been briefed on what happened in the House of the Green Glades?
I know very, very vaguely what happened.
Okay.
Not well at all. But you're more than welcome to use who I'm assuming is Black Unicorn.
Okay, fair enough. If I have your do permission, go ahead and wherewithal. Jericho and Tomi will go ahead and spend the better part of half an hour recreating the circle that was once here. The circle that went ahead and called upon the spirit, the totem spirit of Black Unicorn. And again, you're okay with this, right?
Yeah.
Double checking. The shop goes ahead and gets laid out. Different augment runes, different circles go ahead and get played out. The internal icon of a unicorn is again drawn in detail by the two. And after all of it, Dargo stands at the edge of the circle, looks at Tommy and simply says, "You sure?"
Wait, um, um, Edwin mentioned something called, what are we gonna give it for coming here? Is it gonna get mad at us if we don't give it anything?
Oh yeah, it'll get fucking mad at us. I have no chimneys. The last time I summoned this fucking spirit, I laid my ass to the fucking ground. I didn't do anything.
I mean, I don't know what to do. I've never summoned a spirit before.
Go ahead and call it off, because I'm more than willing to call it off. This is not something you do on a whim.
I want to, but we shouldn't be stupid about it, right? I mean, I don't know how to get chimnage. How do you get it?
2 ways. You go ahead and perform a service for the spirit, or you go ahead and offer it the primal fucking element. Oh my god, I'm teaching you a lesson. He goes ahead and stops himself. I don't want to teach you right now. I really don't. I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to do this anymore.
Let's.
I don't want to
Fuck
do
it.
this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm sorry, I don't want to do this anymore. He goes ahead and screams out into the darkness as night is surely and slowly taking upon you.
She'll grab him. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. If you want to know what happened here, we can do it, but I'm not gonna make you. I just wanted to make sure if we did it, you know?
You're smart. You're smart. It's always good to be smart. It's always fucking good to be smart.
You're the one
This
that
is
taught me
you're
to be
smart. This is why
paranoid.
you're fucking good. This is why you're fucking good, because you're smart, because you think, because you don't go running off into the ether without stopping and thinking for a fucking second, because you don't murder fucking children. Oh, this life is hard.
I know.
This
She's
life is
gonna
hard.
hug him. Okay.
Oh, I'm not okay. I should have fucking done the fucking pentagram sketch in the fucking flowers, because that would have been so much more fucking awesome. There are too many fucking memories here. I can't be cool here. Are you cool with me not being cool?
You don't have to be cool. It's okay. It's okay, Jericho. She's going to sort of lean down and just kind of like cup his cheeks. Whether or not you're cool, I still love you.
I love you, Tommy.
I love you and I don't want you to go.
I want to take you with me. I don't want to go. So many fucking things I want to show you. So many things I want to fucking say to you. So many things I want to explain to you. And I don't have the time. I wanted to summon that great spirit right here and now, and I don't have the time. I wanted to go ahead and create fantastic and wonderful patterns out of rose petals, and I don't have the fucking time. I wanted to show you how wonderful the dogs loved our fucking treats, and I don't have the fucking time. I don't have the fucking time anymore. I wish I had fucking more time.
You too. Hey, you don't even know how long you have. I don't know what we have the time for.
It's getting shorter and shorter. This is stupid. Johan tries to straighten himself up. He's sitting on his ass on the lawn, looking at what was. Looking at the barn, looking at the farmhouse, looking at the circle. That is complete, but won't be used anymore. Tomoko, what do you want from this life?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
You notice that the black veins on Jericho's right arm have gone ahead and started to stretch, started to extend from his hand all the way up to the bottom of his neck, actually. Started to creep on up towards his face.
He's gonna reach out and touch them. Shit. Why are they doing that? I thought they're supposed to go away.
They get worse when you try to make more and more changes to reality. Fireflies, like little tiny lights that are produced by insects, go ahead and start to swarm around both of you as night is surely and slowly taking over. Above you, the constellations are very clear. This is not the urban environment that you're used to. No, this is quite a clear sky that you can go ahead and notice every single constellation out there.
Tomio squeezes his hand.
Mhm.
It's really pretty.
This is certainly not a sight that you'll see in the city or in a skyscraper. Why do you love me?
What kind of question is that?
It's a very selfish one.
Love you because you're one of the few really good people that I've met who aren't who are just good for the sake of making the world better. weeks you were here for me. You helped me not bumblefuck my way around. You stayed with me.
I love you because I see a fantastic fucking potential in you. I see somebody that will not just stand by and let things go on, even if it ends in tragedy. You'll do something. There is action there. And that is what I love in this world. I love people that do, despite all the darkness. I love people that love, despite the darkness.
You're not darkness. Hard, but you're not darkness. One of the few fucking shining lights I have. The thought of you being gone, I can't handle it.
You'll find a way. I know I'm not the same as Rupert. I know I'm not the same as Rupert. I know I'm not the same as Rupert. You will continue on without me.
Unfortunately.
Are you still holding on to Jericho's hand?
Oh, yeah.
Which one? The left or the right?
Um, let's go left.
Alright, left. You notice that the hand becomes weaker and weaker and weaker. And you notice a very, very coarse texture in your hand. At the moment, it is completely and utterly black and dark. There is no lights here. You are left with nothing but starlight and what you assume to be crumbling in your hand.
What the fuck? What's happening?
What I thought would happen. The hand goes ahead and releases yours.
Jericho, what's happening?
What I knew would happen.
Not right now. She's going to lean over and just hug him really, really tight. I love you.
You hug him. You love him. His list matches yours. His weight goes ahead and lifts off the ground, actually. The one arm goes ahead and grabs you and lifts you up to where your back is starting to lift off the hard ground, the grass. If you lift up or you look up, you see Jericho's horn off the ground, just floating there between you and the constellations and the stars in heaven.
Tommy's gonna watch him.
No big fight, no big struggle.
I'm gonna look up, sort of fall down to her knees and watch him go. Definitely just sobbing,
He's not
maybe
gone.
yelling profanities into the sky.
He's not gone quite yet. He's just simply hovering in front of you. He's in that in-between state where things become more definite, where the decisions have to be made. Your mind goes back to the office right before Jericho goes ahead and boots up the computer and starts making decisions.
Promise you'll come back.
The words come out, or at least his lips start to move. But he goes ahead and drags himself down, swims down actually, grabs you by the shoulders, lifts you up into the air, refuses to have his lips go ahead and pull away from yours.
She's definitely not going to pull away. She's going to cling tight for every second that she can.
There are words there that you assume are I love you, but do not make an audible sound. There are gestures there and words there that you can assume say I will be back, but there are no words there. As dust starts to manifest, starts to fly up, and actually changes shape quite a little bit. In the sky, there is light. In the sky, there is light. You assume to be starlight. No, can't be starlight. Maybe it is fireflies. Maybe these are fireflies. Tomi is sat, well, laid on the ground. If she had a fall, she does not understand it. If she had a fall, she does not remember it, as there is a fantastic constellation. No, not a constellation. Just an arrangement, a pattern of fireflies. No, maybe much more. It's all becoming blurred to her. She sees in front of her the manifestation, whether by mental illusion, the illusion of insects, or illusion of the stars of themselves, of a giant dragon. A giant dragon that's golden in color. This manifestation of something that is starting to very, very quickly leave this reality that stares at her.
She blinks, wipes off her eyes, and sits up, looking back up at it. Sort of like giving it a what the fuck are you doing here kind of look.
As it goes ahead and dematerializes, as it just goes ahead and starts to disappear, as Jericho is saying Ogma flies away from the earth, up into the heavens, up into the constellations, up into the grand weave of fate. There is a knocking at the door. The door in the front porch.
The fuck? She'll get up, sort of stumble up over to look at it.
The front porch is simply there. The front door is the source of the knocking, which you sort of recognize that front porch doesn't really have a second side to it. It's just there. It is just a door frame.
He'll open it?
You want to walk over to the porch and open it?
Yeah.
You go ahead and do so. And you're presented with a scene, unlike anything that you have seen before. It's actually the entrance to this farmhouse. Seems quite open. Seems quite inviting. You smell eggs and bacon being made in a kitchen that is no longer there.
He'll wander in and look around.
You go ahead and wander in, and when you wander into the kitchen that was not there beforehand, there is bacon, there is eggs, there is pancakes, there is toast, there is butter, there is all imagining of breakfast items right there for you.
Gonna go try to touch it.
And you do so, it's there, it's soggy, but it's soggy.
Fucking Jericho. He's chilied it.
It is quite delicious.
Are the other rooms there?
There are several other rooms there. It seems as if the farmhouse has gone ahead and reconstructed itself based on your own perceptions. You have gone to the kitchen. However, there is a living room and several rooms upstairs that you would go ahead and assume based on the staircase. Excuse me.
Tell me he'll go explore.
You go ahead and explore. You go ahead and explore. The second floor is filled with different rooms. Some that seem familiar, not because you yourself have seen these places, but something else is here. Something else is here, and something else is inside you at this moment. That is saying that these places are familiar.
Fuck. Tommy's just gonna go take in this place. Look around.
Go ahead and take in this place. There is one room that seems familiar to you. Even if you've never been here before, this place is so familiar to you.
Mm-hmm. What's in this room?
It is very, very Spartan. It is very, very Spartan. There's only one shelf here. There's only one footlocker here. But beyond that, there is a shadow here. There's no object here. There's no object to cast the shadow, but there is a shadow here of a person.
Reach over and touch the shadow.
Your shadow goes ahead and interacts with that shadow, and you feel something touch the fingertips.
Jericho?
You notice that the shadow goes ahead and nods.
She'll sort of maneuver herself so that her shadow holds its hand.
Mm-hmm. What do you do? This is simply a shadow.
Is it leading her anywhere, or just, what's it doing?
It is sitting on the bed, taking your hand. You're currently standing. He is currently sitting.
She'll sit down with it.
Mm-hmm. In your mind, a dialogue is going on. In your mind, a few words go ahead and manifest themselves. Thank you for being there.
I'm still gonna miss you.
I know you will. But I will not leave. Not totally.
Promise?
There is a slight chuckle there. I promise. I'm sorry we didn't have more time. I'm sorry I didn't show you how wonderful you were, how much I loved you, how much I truly cared. I'm sorry I didn't take the time of my day to go ahead and show you. I promise that whatever is in my power, I will make sure you know.
Good. Just don't think I won't find wherever the fuck you are now and drag you back kicking and screaming if you don't.
There's a chuckle there. I'm sorry I did not take you with me. I'm sorry I did not try to understand you more, although I think I do quite a lot right now.
You don't have anything to apologize for.
You know, there's a pressure there. Maybe a presence, but definitely a pressure there.
Just going to try to hug the shadow.
When you do so, you do so. There is a presence there. You go ahead and hug an object. You feel the object. You don't see the object. You feel the object. I wanted to tell you everything. I wanted to tell you everything about my life, all the old loves, all the old hates, all the old confusions, but I didn't have the time. Do you forgive me for not having time?
Of course I do.
You told me. You'll have a fantastic and wonderful fucking existence after this. I guarantee it. I want you to have that life, even if I cannot be a part of it.
She just stays quiet.
I never fucking told you about. I never fucking told you about the egg to die.
About what?
Imagine this. Imagine you are a soul that is given a life, and when that life ends, you are not ended, but you are given a new life, and a new perspective, and a new body. And say this soul goes ahead and gets reincarnated several billion times over, just so that it could experience everything that there is to experience in the universe. And say that at the end of that life, however long or however short that is, you were given one question to ask to the being, the divine being that has controlled this reincarnation. Tell me, what would you ask?
I don't know. Why?
Why is a good question, and why leads to an answer. That divine being that went ahead and controlled your reincarnation simply look at you, say, "It was for you, tell me. It was always for you, tell me. It was for you to go ahead and experience everything there was to experience, for you to learn whatever it is it was to learn, so that at the end of all these wonderful lives, wonderful and terrible lives, all of these different experiences, these different personalities, different lifestyles and life experience, that at the end of it, at the end, you would finally be at the place that God was. And you would join Him in this grand community." Tell me, I want that for you. I have found that place, and I want it for you so badly.
I don't know where to begin looking for it.
You have already seen me. Look, listen, follow. The presence that you are feeling actually goes ahead and manifests in the form that you know.
I'll try.
Look at you. I should say, goes ahead and looks at you, goes ahead and smiles, simply says, "I know you will. That's why I chose you. That's why I loved you. You are not like the others. You will find your way. Even if it leads to destruction, you will find your way." Goes ahead and grabs you, looks at you. You will find your way.
Yeah.
The vision goes ahead and ends. starts to demanifest. You are sitting in the wreckage that was once the House of Green Glades. You are alone. Maybe not as alone as you think you are, but you're definitely alone here.
Tommy will take a while, probably several minutes, before eventually she'll stand up, walk back around to where he showed her, back to the image of the black unicorn, back around the field, eventually back to her bike. She'll kick the kickstand off and she'll start walking.
Not riding, but walking.
Right?
You walk. There is a presence there. It does not make itself visible, but there is a presence there as you walk. You think to yourself, maybe this presence will be with me forever. Maybe that's not so bad. What does Tomi do from there? She is the main actor in this scene.
From there, probably just go back to the tower. Go back to the penthouse suite. Seclude herself from the world for a while.
There is a presence there, but it is unseen.
Miss you already?
There is a presence there, but it does not make itself totally known. Last thoughts before I go ahead and press this button?
No. Toby will just, she just stays there, curled up on, Rupert's bed. Probably several bottles around her for when she knows she'll inevitably need them.
Give us a nice little outro.
Okay.
You know what? Don't bother. I handle this.
Okay.
We go ahead and leave this scene. The Woolworth building is a tower. It has stand strong for a great many number of years. The owners of this tower have stand strong for many years. The owner of this particular tower at this particular time is currently curled up in various blankets, in various covers, holding them very, very tight to herself, hoping beyond hope that the pressure that she goes ahead and builds on herself will relate to somebody that she knew, that she loved, and most people do love. It is not uncommon to love. It's quite natural to love. But at this moment in time, in this great luxurious bed she finds herself in, she is alone with herself. We go ahead and end this. We go ahead and end this period. End of sentence. We go ahead and end this. This has been a scene and the Living Room of Darkness. Straight magic. We go ahead and end this because there is no other way to stop this but just to